Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper of Viperland, and we have returned to good old Phoenix Wright. We are definitely day 3 in Trial 4, right? Yes, not day 2. That was our separate one because we were low on HP at the time. We took a week off. Oh, week off. My brother had an art show last week, and I went to go see it, and then we celebrated afterwards. So, well, he was a part of an art show. It wasn't like dedicated to him, but still, really cool, really awesome. But I didn't really plan ahead for that because I didn't know what was really happening that day, and we were all going. But so none of this last week. We're doing it this week. Hopefully, we'll finish this trial. We'll see. Also, hey Ramen, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. December 27th, 10 a.m. District Court Courtroom number 3. Just getting right back into it. Okay. Oh yeah, because we've done all of our clue searching. Turn up the music for me. It's a bit low. I remember there being a bonus case in this game. Is it an important one? Like, I remember it being like a post, like it was an extra thing. I don't remember doing that one. I might have just gone on to the second game then. I don't remember. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who's the judge here anyway? Yeah. Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statements, so... Not so fast, Judge. That's taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Yeah, you're right. Of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. You know what? All I gotta do is just not hit a button for 4 minutes to prove this man wrong. Order, order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Is relevant for justice at the end of the escort of the first game. Okay. So it's worth going through? Question mark? So what is on there? Okay. Wow, must do question everything. Okay, cool. Good enough reason. If we're already going through the games, I figure probably why not. Also, I feel short today. There we go. I feel like my hand gestures are getting blocked by hair, so be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. It's a mysterious boat shop owner. Decisive witness. Witness, state your profession. Don't remember the voice I gave him. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant, Wet Noodle, Court Lake. So we're just going with this now. I do not remember the voice I gave him, so we're rolling with it. It's too late. And I also ran boats. The night of the incident, you were at the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. You still haven't heard of who this old guy is. I mean, he's not gonna like it, but... Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. As I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. I predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? Memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. Can't recall, you say? I mean, so you're saying he doesn't have a single letter, document, you know, I feel like doesn't remember anything. Oh, hey, driver's license. My name is Bob. Got it. Okay. I got nothing else, but Bob. Yes, the incident in question took place 3 days ago. You can testify. I mean, you know, it's fine, but whatever. Yeah, it's almost like, yeah. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness? The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. Oh man, do we get to get the best line in the entire game? I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. And I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. And I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There's nothing to question in my witness's testimony. But yes? Ergo, no need for a cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now. Yes, Mr. Wright. Just let him have it, whatever. No. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Oh! Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well, then let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. I like how, for the most part, the judge is on board with all of his BS. But this one, he's just like, oh, you overdramatic fool. Whatever. We'll just take our time.
He might actually be dead.
The night of the murder. Alright. I mean, I gotta press this one. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. Surprised you seem so sure about it today. I asked him, and he remembered. Isn't that right? I fell down a flight of stairs. Don't glare at me like that. I remember it clearly, I did. Yep. See, continue. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on a girl, Keithy boy. The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. He is, yeah. I'll say, Jude, how's it going? Welcome to Viper Lane in the chat. Where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good. Continue. So someone in the boat. It was pretty far out there. Couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there, yep. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep. At the time, that is. At the time. So you heard 2 gunshots total. Yep. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. By your window? Yep, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. Could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Oh. Dead! That's certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him. That Edgeworth boy. He's dead? This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Not karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. This is the standard attack. I mean, let's be honest. I love these games. But even just in what we've played so far, so much of what's gone on would just be like, no, get out of my court. Leave. In the real world. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. Get quick, or this trial's gonna be over. Raise an objection? Just a smidge, yeah. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. You're right. You're referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand. Exactly. That is easily explainable. Now that I've had time to think about it and forge evidence, he could have wiped his prints after he fired. They're ignoring the truth of the matter here. He could have, but why would he wipe the fingerprints off the gun? Only to add the fingerprints from his other hand. Are you telling me he's a smart enough person to be like, I should get rid of evidence, and then during that leave other evidence? Come on. Excuse of Photoshop for Photoshop. Yeah, exactly. Also, hey, Ochi, how's it going? Everything in this witness testimony is true. I just lost in thought. What should I do? Raise an objection! Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead, but his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Also, he didn't overhear him saying, I can't believe I killed him. If the prince had hold it with the right, I'm invincible. Yeah, because he knew the camera was there too, obviously. Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have any evidence? It's no good. It's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. Yeah, he sure do. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. It's the third day, dude. Trying to flex your way out of it. It was day 3, right? You said? 15 minutes into the third day of the case. It's not a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. Then you're blind, but you know. What? No! Meta-strat while he rolls ones. Court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Guilty. Oh, well. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Well. Wait! Who was that just now? Me! What? Larry! Larry gets the music, man. Sweating profusely, showing up at the stand. Who let him in here? Why was he even here today? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. Also, hey Mike, how's it going? Welcome to Viper Lane in the chat. How you doing tonight? What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Every now and again. The judge's ability to be the single most gullible human being on the planet works in our favor. Rarely, but every now and again. But yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I'm sure I've changed Larry's voice, like, every time he's been on screen. I don't think I've used the same voice for him, but, you know, whatever. I was sitting there in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remembered. I imagine if anybody goes through these archives and watches them straight through, they're just gonna be like, "Oh my god, Viper, I can't believe you used them like a different voice for everything." Let's go 30-minute one cart for levels. Good luck. Good luck. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. Yeah. I'm sure he is true. I'll testify. Let me testify. Oh, who the hell is this guy? Didn't you see him like a month ago? Didn't he do a thing? Order, order. Oh, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. It will not be the last. Again, I only really know the first case of the next game, but I'm just assuming it's not the last. Not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. Trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us a final chance at this. He's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Statues was just declared guilty, Nick. Doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, there's another witness. It is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. Waste of time. Verdict cannot be overturned. I mean, I'm the judge, and I think maybe it could be. So, allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. Like, at his heart, the judge means well. He's just super gullible. But when push comes to shove, he wants to find out the truth. That is his goal. He means well. He just, can get caught up in things sometime. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. And can't believe this happened. Man, we picked a good day to go to court and watch that. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Every single face for Larry is perfection. Court is adjourned. December 27th, 10:28 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Ooh, that was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wondered what Larry plans to say in there. He was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Alright. And found the balloon in the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. For the record, I realized that my Edgeworth voice and my Von Karma voice have drifted very close together. I went deeper on Von Karma before, but after doing that for a full night, my voice hurt the day after, so I'm just they're just gonna be kind of close, and it's just how it is. It's fine. I went deeper with Von Karma before, but it hurt after a little while, so now they're just similar, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. It's fine. I know, it's fine. Cool. I went deeper down before, but it hurt after like a few hours of doing that. It fits, yeah. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. Couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. Yeah, that's all good. I picked it up without thinking. Didn't have a reason, really. I also love that, like, the middle of the night, the middle of a lake, Christmas Eve, he wears his full prosecution outfit. Cravat and all. I kinda love that. Like, yeah, he puts a jacket over it to stay warm, but like, come on. Can't be seen without my cravat. I see. Under a trench coat. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Ah, that's true, you're right. Who has other clothes? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. Oh, I'm sure right now he's in the back room just beating the snot out of Larry, telling him what to say, but, you know, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure the guards wouldn't possibly let him do that. That someone is Larry. What are you getting at? Likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? Yeah, that's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Everything's on Larry. Ooh. You hate to hear it. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw. You never do, yeah. You never bet it all on the butts. On the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Well, Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. Let's hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Night of the murder. We have to rely on the butts. At night, I was out on a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. After I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. Nice, that contradicts everything. A little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Ooh. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. So many things wrong. I don't even know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 o'clock when I went in the boat. By the time everyone had gone home for the night, so I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what is it you were looking for? The witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. It's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. I think we passed it. I could be mistaken. I think, was it last time? If not, then no. But it might have been last time. Man, I can't wait till we get to that part of the movie. Once again, when we finish this game, we're going to take a week off and stream the movie on the Discord. And I cannot wait until that moment. Around what time was that? Well, let's see. Figured I was out searching for about an hour. Guess it's around 12 o'clock, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? We use watches these days, Larry. No, people use cell phones these days, Larry. Movie's so good. Where did the sound come from? Like, mind you, I haven't seen the Mario movie yet, but I know it's made a ungodly amount of money. I have no idea. I have no doubt that it's good. Everyone I've seen, one of my friends didn't like it, but the majority of people I know who saw it liked the Mario movie. But Phoenix Wright live action, though. Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know? You look at the lake. Yeah, I looked. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order, order. Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick, it's a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? Guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Alright, we should be more helpful. We should call my sister. What do we have for evidence again? Okay, we can go with that one. Single gunshot. That's as good a chance as any. Metal detector, parrot, case file, incident photo. Wait a second, Larry. What? You only heard one bang, you're sure? That's what I said. Miss Alada Hart testified yesterday that she heard two bangs. The old man just now said the same thing. They both heard two gunshots that night. Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Man, Larry. Mr. Butts. What? You only heard one gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else? Something else? On my radio, dude. With my headphones. What? Headphones, radio, what is this fool doing? Order, and stop that booing! Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? Is that a crime? Listen, I listen to my radio. Everyone listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. Do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? I mean, he's the only hope we got, so yes. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Alright. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's how he starts the testimony. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like... But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume. Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I really believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? Can we believe a word that your witness said? This guy who didn't remember his name, couldn't stay awake at the podium, and had no supporting evidence on anything he said. You know, you're being real nitpicky for a guy who pulled a dude out of a shack. What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Ah yes, I often hear drums on the radio and think, wow, that's a lot of guns going off. Wait, Your Honor, the witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? Oh my god. An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. We obviously gotta... So, you turn to the radio. Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve, alone. Shouldn't have said anything. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That's all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? Do you know what I might have to pop in after we finish Phoenix Wright? I might have to do a stream, just one, because it doesn't deserve more than that, of the Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law game, which is a blatant Phoenix Wright knockoff. Super, super obvious, very, very mediocre Phoenix Wright knockoff. Oops. But I own it on PS2, and I still have my physical copy. Pretty sure. I'd have to check, but I don't think I could get any money for it, so I don't think I traded it in. Pretty sure. Real booming loud. It was a show. The show was funnier. The game was an attempt. Yeah, I know. You know? You had headphones on. Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. Sure, I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No. No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it, but I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do to us? I mean, at this rate, you're taking longer trying to stop us than it would take him to just say it. Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, huh? Fine. Very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas. I heard the gunshot." Most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There's one gleaming ray of hope in there. Gotta press it. Okay. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most... Okay. Damn it. Went past it. Mash the button, but not too... Almost Christmas. Alright. It's gotta be that one, right? Because that's what they were using for the evidence, but, like, that means it wasn't Christmas yet. Larry, are you absolutely sure that what you're saying is correct? What's with the face? It looks scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that he's already sweating and he's about to be like, I'll tell you anything you need to know. It's nothing the matter, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? That might be my favorite of his faces, though. The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed. And almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. Would seem to be the case, yes. He should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:25. 12:25, 12:15. 15 minutes after midnight Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Ah, crap, they really found something. I can't believe the Butts was something. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. Okay, I'll grant you that, Von Karma. I'll give you that. But are you going to tell me that the caretaker wasn't? Like, anything that happens after he puts the caretaker on the stand holds no no water when he complains about it. At all. If he hadn't put the caretaker in the stand, he'd have a lot more of a leg to stand on here. What? Oh, man, I'm towing the line with butts. I'm trying to go for, like, surfer dude, but I feel like I keep inching into Sonic the Hedgehog territory. I'm trying not to. I don't want to cross the Sonic threshold, but we keep doing it. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken here, Hunter. We've got to go fast. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Alright. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. I'm going to say that every single time he uses that line. Just saying. Gotta have it ready. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Done this before? Which part of it? Because yes. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. The real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. The camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Ah, right. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that this is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Well, Your Honor, it is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. What? That was on Joey's head. Exactly. I'd honestly be shocked if that didn't already exist. Starting with that one line, somebody animating the rest of it in Phoenix Wright stuff. It's gotta exist. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Oh, what? Time? What even is time? Christmas Eve? Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. The camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear! What if almost Christmas Eve doesn't mean it wasn't Christmas Eve? Ramen, one more of those, we might have to ban you. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. That's the gun fired 3 times, right? I ask hypothetically. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol is bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. The 3rd shot was a shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order. It makes sense that would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. This is true. There were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? What's wrong, Nick? I have it. Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. Murder in this case had the same idea as the murder in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes. If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. Just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What? I can't believe he's saying something like that. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So, you finally realized the truth. There could be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on the lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. Most unstable testimony of all time, yeah, of course. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Sleepy snake hours. I'm not even tired. Just get yawny sometimes. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility. And also, testimony solves the case. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 00:15, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. Comic relief, bots. Comic relief. 120,000% comic relief. That's what it is, and you know it to be true. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat were. Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Roger Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. Not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. Murderer's name? Right, it's Miles Edgeworth. I mean, a lot of heart is just too obvious. That's how you know it's a red herring, because it's just too obvious. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Again, you waste my time. Don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? What boat? Yeah, there weren't any boats on the lake. I don't remember how to go back. That's fine. Why do you have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? It suggests that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. Here? Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. Frantic boating. That night he was out in the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it, returns the boat. Then just as he started to head for home, he hears a gunshot. You heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. Yeah, I do. And unfortunately, I keep having it get, like, bent and shuffled around because I'm just kind of just tossing it when I'm not using it. But I'm committing to using this very same sheath of paper for the entirety of our time. So if it gets a drink spilled on it or something happens to it, it doesn't matter. We're committing to this exact sheath of paper. Dorothy Ford, can you say murder weapon? And where would that be if we had just returned a boat? Boat shop. Oh crap, I can't believe that actually makes sense. Did you believe that? Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really, but I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. Oh yeah, because the past few, like, Sundays have turned into, like, an anime night for you, so, like, a good night too. But they're still at a con now, right? I believe that was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. And who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Boat shop caretaker? Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. Anime next? No, not quite yet. I believe it's CPAC, Council Point? Anime next is June. He shot twice, both miss Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Ugh. Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice, because the first shot missed to create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Neko triggers in this dialogue. Damn. Umineko is gonna haunt you for a while, isn't it? Then the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. See, someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. Boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, and he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Man, Phoenix does get to have some good gotcha moments, though. I don't know his name, because he never told us. Like, little sly lines like that, where he's like, just grinning in his corner of the courtroom. Very well, while we're waiting for the caretaker, I'd like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. Face from the front. Yeah, you don't often see it head on. It's only when you're talking to him, like in the out-of-court scenes, or now, I guess. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? Sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. Witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? yeah, when he grabs a hold, he holds on to that for sure. What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Well, Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. Goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Yeah, suddenly mildly important. November 27th, 1:22 p.m. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah, well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. What about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. Just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. It's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether to or not to tell you. Edgeworth, no, so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. This is about Edgeworth. It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Yeah, just fade to black on that, why don't you? Yeah, just casually fade to black on that one. To be continued. Save progress? Yes, definitely, thank you. I don't remember doing the extra case on this one, and I have vague memories of the first case of the second game, but I don't remember anything past that case. But even that's kind of really vague. I'll probably remember some bits as it comes up, but yeah. Almost there, correct. After that first case, I really don't. First non-tutorial case. I remember who the new prosecution is, but like, yeah. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Memory of a crime that I committed. Memory of a murder. You really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? Don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he'd never take someone's life. Never. Yeah, you just don't. Nick. Yo, how's everybody doing? What do you think of my performance today? Had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on, tell me the truth, it was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? I also like the concept that he just doesn't buy jackets that fit. Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two? What was he? Oh, I've never touched 3, so... I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there. Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Just immediately. Looks like Edgeworth isn't back from questioning. We have our own questions for her. Let's go back later. Yeah, I guess so. Don't forget, okay? Alright, let's go hear what he's got to say. I had to do it to him. I had to. Larry, you really helped us out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. Well, yeah, he was. But seriously, Nick, that post shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. It'll spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick, I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? No, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Excuse me, not me. But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true, but when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Also, Guy was kind of a jerk when it was his job to oppose you. It's very different from Guy could kill people. Back when I wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. It saved me, Miles and Larry. It saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? I also like the concept of blind, unflinching faith in people who you only knew in elementary school. It's like, I am a different human being than I was in elementary school. In so many ways, but you know. Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. Gonna hear this story today, and that's final. Okay, it's kind of a long story, so hang in there. Single semester of elementary school, yeah. It's the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. Class trial? You remember, Larry, spring, end of 3rd grade. Kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? School was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with the money for lunch from home. I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with $38 still inside. Yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it. Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one play with him. Just me, you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not going to play with you anymore. Yeah, no borrowing my eraser. He shouldn't be allowed in the relay race or the library committee. Give me back my 50 cents I loaned you. Hey, did you rob the bank the other day? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I like that his hair is always that way. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I had to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. When it happened, he shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateur. Miles. He would still wear a suit and bow tie to school every day, wouldn't he? It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No? Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But, Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. There's no room in Larry's heart for witch hunts. Also, hey Grim, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Indeed, look at this nerd. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Yep. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. Miles the kick at Chad Edgeworth. I mean, yeah. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I had been there, they would have thought if I had been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally. See, something smells. It's usually the butts. Alone on Christmas. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. Going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. And a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL-6 incident. Right. Not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. It's so sad. Several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the AG I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. Tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied. Guess he didn't want to see his old friends. Couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he'd become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? As a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believed in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick! So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. Very well, maybe. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. Settle for who? I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Well, while you're here. Ooh, how it's hot out there. Hot! Glad somebody's happy about how this case is going. Seems too happy to care about anything I show him. Yep. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth? I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade. Lunch money? Oh. Alright. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple, to a fault even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you've changed too much, Edgeworth. Oh, the eyebrows, though. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? Couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? Sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. Be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I'd lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yana Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence, innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. He is one of those things. Learned everything I know of courtroom teachings from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life. He's obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? Wow, sounds like somebody I would never want to actually spend any time with. In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. Not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. Wow, ever just have somebody who works in the legal system being like, it's impossible for us to determine whether they're actually guilty or innocent, so we should just say they're all guilty. Because if there's a chance they did something wrong, we should just have them locked up forever now. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the subject guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. Reminds me of Chicago. Strange situation in which I find myself in, I admit. No kidding. Alright, bye. Ah, yes, the raging demon attorney. Oh, man. That's disgusting. I'm not shocked to hear something similar happen in real life, but it's way worse when it's not happening in a cartoony game. Hey, pal, long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? Got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. What? Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may, it's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. He may not always be on our side, but he's determined to his work. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. One of the... He is grim, but he means well and he tries to do well. He tries to do his job. Eek. No one can go into the woods today. Teddy bears are having their picnic. If you go down to the woods today, you're sure to... What was... damn it, I don't remember the lyrics. Yeah. Yeah, he is. But, like, you know, he's in the same universe with the gullibility of the heckin' judge, so, like... I don't know. You're right, he is, but it stands out less in this universe. If he was in any other game, it would be a little more. Orlana was camping? Woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. Guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Alright. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. Guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Well, how about some boat rentals? That old caretaker got away. Yep. Never imagined he might be the real murderer. I know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Hello. What may you be... Damn, I don't remember what voice I gave him either. What may you be doing here? No, it's not it. For a walk, huh? The days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That's true, yes, but from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. Find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Clues. Forest here down the bushes. Nick! Forest! There's someone in there! You're right. There's a few policemen in there. They must be looking for the caretaker. Good luck. In the same game. Okay. The boat's rental shop. Doesn't look like anyone is around. The caretaker must have run for the hills, huh? Yeah, looks like it. Didn't seem like a bad person. There's some boats floating at the dock. The murder took place in a boat from this dock. Apparently the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Indeed, there's space for one more boat at the dock. Caretaker check. Nobody's home. Hello, Squawk? Hey, it's Polly. Wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, Squawk. Can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for himself. Hello, Squawk. The main cast is just awful. Oh, absolutely. I'd argue he's part of the main cast, but still. Doesn't look like he uses kitchen much. You're right. Guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. Well, I shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. Sure, they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Now the bird's going to hate me. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heat around. Guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. Ah! What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me! Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. Thanks for the helpful bit of evidence. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number of the safe, right? That's right. Polly, what's the number of the safe? 1228, Squawk. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. Sure there isn't any money in there. Aw, but hey. Keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. So sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. Guess there might be a clue or two. One thing in here is a letter. Letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on there? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now's the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Pulling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. All here in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. For anyone to... Well, it was locked up, okay? And how many people would think, man, I should ask the bird what the combination to the safe is? Also, they kind of booked it. They kind of just laughed. They were like, cool, see ya. So, burn the letter. Ah, true. If only this was the Inspector Gadget universe. This letter will self-destruct. This letter is an amazing clue. Letter from the safe added to the court record. And now the important thing, the fish. Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? Alright, well. Some evidence. Oh, wrong way. Oh, let's head over here. Yeah, no, never. I really do need to finish 3 so I can try freelancer mode. That's another one that's like on the back burner. I haven't forgotten about it. It's just not taking precedence over what we've got going. But I will finish. And Hitman's one of those ones we've done sparingly anyway. It's a fun, like, I don't know if I could mainline Hitman, but it's fun to sprinkle around every now and again. It's been a good time. But it's not super pressing. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't come back yet. Gumshoe, he won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. Boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Alright, so not here. Yeah, it's a very fun. One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Hey, we didn't actually get to talk to her. What do you think we should do now, Maya? You know best, Nick. Just do what you do. That should work. Well, had any good ideas? This is all tied to the DL-6 incident. Better find out as much as we can about that murder before tomorrow. What that happened back then has a hold on Edgeworth and won't let go. Get the feeling we're missing something now. We didn't check the right thing at the right place. I wasn't really checking all the things around here because a lot of it I figured would be the same, but still sort of feel. Yeah, I feel like we've heard that one before. This is Gordy Lake Natural Park, full of families picnic in the weekend, no waterfall. Yep. That one didn't really have much to it. We didn't look at this one either, but I don't know. I felt like there's probably nothing here. Just got no trash, well maintained. This lake sure likes to cause problems, doesn't it? Huh? I mean, everything that's happened here turned out to be a lie. Gordy was a lie, the charges against Mr. Edgeworth were all lies. Guess you're right. I mean, I'm glad the charges were all lies, but still. I was going to sit here on a cold day like today. Well, unless they're reading Samurai Dog. You in trouble, Nick? No. Who, me? Also, Samurai Dogs are closed. Guess Larry has today off. He was pretty happy about saving Mr. Edgeworth. True, we owe him big. Yeah, so there wasn't anything here. Maybe we missed something here or inside? We could always try showing Edgeworth the evidence we just got. That might oh. That fishing pole looks expensive. Maybe we should bring it to Detective Gumshoe. Do you think the caretaker would mind? Well, we could just leave him the metal detector in exchange. Maybe we better not. I don't think that works. There's nothing left in the safe. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. Yeah, I think we're good here. The only thing left is Edgeworth? Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. See. Revenge on me. What's that old guy anyway? I don't know. Maybe an innocent defendant that you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then. Means there was someone else behind it. It's the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. Also says this is your last chance. Last chance. Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL-6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The bear? The suspect in the DL-6 incident. The one who was very fond of picnic baskets. The DL-6, only mildly, relevant. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. Quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Security at the picnic basket. Oh, poor Boo-Boo. Excuse me. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making any of this easier. I want to get out. Help! Help! Get us out! Don't shout. You just end up use up more oxygen. Yes, it's well known that elevators are absolutely airtight at all times to guarantee that you run out of oxygen in case of an emergency. No air holes whatsoever. That's all I remember. Came to, I was in a hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. He claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? It's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? Yes, we know. This was like 10 minutes ago. I remember this. It's like 20 minutes ago tops. I remember. I also like that, like, for us, the screen faded to black. But, like, for Phoenix and Edgeworth, he dropped that and then had to somehow be like, I mean, like, and then just, like, crab walk out of there. I think the time has come to tell all. Also, too, yeah, for sure. He just walked away. Nightmare. The last 15 years I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? A dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What? What are you? Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. And I see the pistol lying by my feet. Don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! With that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? Think about it that way. This letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. But he was found innocent. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL-6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. There's someone else who knows a lot about the DL-6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There's someone else who knows a lot about DL-6. There's, yeah, and he just told us to go find him if we had anything going on, you know. Oh, that empty spot. So painful. Mr. Grossberg.
Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
I don't know. I feel like every time I try to give him a voice, I try to think of him like talking through his mustache. No kidding. I can't believe you're not.
My. Just calm down and tell me what happened, hmm?
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He...
I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It's only a dream. Only a dream!
I wonder.
What? If that's the... But, look... I can't nail down a voice for him, because I always hear him, like, talking through his mustache, but I always hear it, like, deeper, too. I feel like it's conflicting things for me.
If that's the case, then why don't you two look troubled, huh?
Well...
Also, consider this. Yogi clearly, certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise. Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real. It's your imagining. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done.
It might. No! I don't believe it.
Yogi, no, that just goes straight to this. It's not quite the same. It's not bad, but it's not quite what I was thinking of. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close.
What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. Sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques.
No kidding. Yeah. No surprise.
Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
But Mom, he's cheating! And?
You lost, and died in despair, as it were.
See.
When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called in a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey.
I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. One who shot me was the bailiff, Yogi.
Yet Yogi was found innocent.
That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him.
I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son?
It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless.
Well... I don't know if we'll have anything else. Nope, not here. What else we could... Okay. Maybe we gotta show him something else?
Oh ho, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own.
Also, hello, Element Sar. Welcome to Viperland in the chat. How's it going? His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusts was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined.
Huh?
You'll understand soon enough. Wait.
What is it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this?
I mean, it wasn't yet. I mean, process of elimination. Edgeworth wouldn't send it, so, you know. Maybe Manfred von Karma?
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure. I was given a three-point multiple choice answer. The other two didn't make sense, so...
Huh? Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. It's Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time in court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Right, Manfred von Karma himself.
What does this mean, then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth?
If it truly was von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. We'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. We'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
Oh no! But how could von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
Oh, that I do not know. Yet I do know that von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and von Karma did win, but he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
See, that makes me feel better, because I've done that to people before. Where, like, they pop back up after, like, just, you know, not saying anything for a bit. I'm like, oh, hey, welcome. And it's like, they were definitely here before. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow!
Must have been quite a shock for von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
Vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. It was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? It's a monster. Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe! You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya.
In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a bit.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's going to bring up DL-6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL-6? I won't let him.
Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But, Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. Father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Sabbatical would fit more than vacation. Maybe. I feel like I use them interchangeably, but I'm not positive if that's correct. Mr. Crossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. Police materials. Who the... That's not the police. That's the police. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for that old guy Yogi. Ah, it's you! I didn't think Gumshoe would be coming back today. I've been staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well now, I can't just have anyone wandering in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Karma. Always melodramatic music, yeah. Yes, he just arrived actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry! Sure, he'd do nothing wrong to the records whatsoever, right? He'd never be back there with just a lighter, just cue the music, yeah. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Karma. I wonder if that's the case for, you know, letter D cases. Huh, one of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases, evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick, the file for DL-6, it's completely empty. Yeah, no kidding. Wow. I like how everyone is aware. Everyone in the legal system is aware that Von Karma manipulates evidence to get his way no matter what. And they're like, go unsupervised into the evidence, or why not? Why would we ever send someone else in with you to keep an eye on what you're doing? We got no time for that. It's well known that you destroy, create, and falsify evidence. Yeah, all of the above. What? What are you doing in here? What are you doing in here? Oh, he's super weird to see straight on. Von Karma. You. How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? I beg your pardon, see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. Oh. They're like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. See how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor? So, that case under your arm. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? Romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always a second rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. My dear attorney, is none of your business. Okay. Tomorrow's trial will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. Guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. Right. So Von Karma is going to bring up the DL-6 incident in court tomorrow. No, definitely not. You'd never. So, yeah. All the stuff in here looks like random junk. Only evidence for DL-6 case is missing. Guess who took it, too? Yeah. Well. Attorney's badge! Fool. You think I, a prosecutor, would give you a defense attorney information? Creep. Alright. Yeah, I can't imagine he's gonna do anything to help. I don't want to show him anything because I don't want to tip our hands, but we might have to. Yeah, we might have to. Well, okay. Yeah, it's a good thing he waits. Alright, fine. Let's just start rubbing stuff on him. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. Oh, so he did tell him. He just didn't listen. Man, if only they had, you know, camera with audio back here or something. Just anything. Just anything. So you admit it. You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, what is that thing? Stun gun for self-defense. Usually. Ooh. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now give me the letter. No. No. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you? Nick, run! Jeez. Maya got tased for us. Maya! Out of my way. Oh, well. Damn it. And Phoenix was too dumb to take that opportunity and run. Well. So, Maya got tased for us for nothing. He got us. The letter's gone, of course. They took the DL-6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya... Maya, open your eyes! Maya! The letter. Did he take it? Huh?
He might actually be dead.
Yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm not saying he made the wrong call. Because he would be leaving Maya behind, but man, he could have had overwhelmingly damning evidence. But yeah, I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even... And you know what? He could come back right now to this, where she'd be like, oh, like, oh, you were useful though, because we got away with the letter. But yeah, no, he wouldn't leave her. Oh, also true, yeah. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya! Has to do some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya? She's holding something. What's that? A bullet? DL-6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. Remember, Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Like yeah... That's very true, Potts. That's very true. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Yeah... That's fair. That's very, very fair. That said, once we were tased and passed out, he was alone with 2 of us instead, but that's still very reasonable, yeah. Final day, trial. December 28th, 9:51 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it, Judgment Day. Yes. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Ah! What's the bigger deal? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. Guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. I can imagine the day after being tased, you'd react very negatively to a surprise static shock. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. Hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Yeah. Ah! What are you doing? I'm sorry. Just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge.
Right, good idea. Not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Ah, pal! What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured a runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock, I got on the way in. I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. That has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. I love the concept that Gumshoe always looks out of breath. Like, it fits for a lot of the times you see him, but he always has that super deep breathing animation. 20th, 10 a.m. Damn, day 3, I can't believe it's still going on. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We've reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker is yet to confirm this. I'd like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Enjoys that oxygen. This man. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Why I left court. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? Figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I got one. But my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Witness just got lost, yeah, huh? Caught you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away, especially after I told him to specifically say he was not running away. Listen to the testimony. She seems relaxed. In fact, they both do, Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Then why did you leave? He's just about to say why. It's so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking. If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Food? Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker shack? Well, kinda got lost, you see. Witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. Which makes perfect sense that I leave him on the witness stand as a key witness to my case. It went from, oh, he just doesn't remember things from the distant past, you know, his name and things that happened more than 7 years ago, to, he just forgets things sometimes. Don't worry about it. But everything he's told you about what I told him to tell you is true. Police apprehended him. He was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I see. So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses.
You've lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep. Seems like it.
And how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory. You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. If you claim he got lost on the way here, then show the court proof. Yeah, that's who you sound. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? It's impossible. Glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want a lot of things.
How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Roger Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, I'm going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. Does this really have anything to do with the current case? It's like asking to prove Viper isn't a streamer. Yeah, exactly. Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. The evidence that I obtained illegally and has since been removed from my person so I cannot show you has clearly stated... Order. Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Ho. Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So who... I would like to know myself. Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. Gregory Edgeworth. Every time I see those wrong answers, I just imagine him slamming his hands down and just like confidently proclaiming. His name is Miles Edgeworth, the defendant in this case, a former court bailiff. Yogi, that name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi from the DL-6 incident. Figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has clear motives. It is. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof, and I've made sure to destroy all of the proof. Allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. I continue to tell you that, so you know it must be true, because I have only ever spoken truth. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. See, that makes sense. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. Burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep.
What? Yogi, you sneak. Burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. I mean, that's dedication, because, like... Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. Oh. Well, what do you do, Mr. Wright? Seems that the case has been decided, no? Oh, I know what happened. I know everything. Yeah, of course. Yeah, right? Footprints. Judge. Print the feet. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There's no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like a cross-examination as parrot for a little comic relief. Hmm? Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? Oh, man. Also, Eric, how's it going? Yeah, I remember this, because, like, how could you not? Oh, does Vampire Survivor have Twitch integration now? Very nice. I haven't tried the new patch. I bought the DLC, but I haven't tried it yet. So, I assume Vampire Survivor is one of those things that, like, when I'm ready for it, I sit down and do stuff. So, like, it's just good to have. What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up in his proposal. Even knowing it's coming, it's so good. It's so good. Take Mr. Von Karma up. My proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. It's just so good. It's just so good. Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce, I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Do you? Oh... Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Good, Ochi, good. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yes, I'm doing it! Let the parrot take the stand! I'll cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. He's my last... Yeah, I heard that in one of the DS ones, which we won't be able to play, or we won't be playing currently, is, yeah, they call a whale to the stand, like a killer whale. Oh, man. Right now, I currently don't have plans to play those ones on stream. I don't own them, and I'd have to emulate them. So I'm going to stick to the 3 OG and the 2 Great Ace. But who knows? Who knows what could happen in the long term? But right now, the plan is to stick to the 3 and 2. At least, I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. It's just so good. Like, if I had any doubt of how much I love these games, this just dispels all of it. Just any doubt, no, nuh-uh, not now. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name. Witness is ignoring me. Must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us. Hello, Squawk. Certainly the most concise testimony we've heard so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination. I like the little bit of sass from the judge, too. Right? Like, judge is usually just a gullible blank slate, but every now and again, a little bit of judge personality comes through. What are you gonna do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Oh, man. Hello, Squawk. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say?
Have we forgotten something? As I recall, 2 days ago. Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk? Don't forget DL-6, Squawk? The judge is so, yeah. If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL-6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello, Squawk? That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot, something we forgot. Hello, Squawk? Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait, don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot. Could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Well, guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. Oh, dang. Press her on the ... Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot. Well, guess we should... Does it her owner is Mr. Yogi? Maybe... Show the bird the badge. Witness, you can't testify, yep. Testify, might talk to her. Try a different thing. That's a safe number. Maybe we'll get her to say that number, that's safe. Huh? Safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228, 1228. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. Actually, it does! That's why I had her say it. Huh. Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? Yeah. Case summary. It's the date. The DL-6 case file. What is this obsession you have with that case? Our obsession. Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to that safe number? The case summary page. Case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL-6 incident occurred. Date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. The number on that safe is 1228. Use the date of the DL-6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important the date was to him. I see, it certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah, this is not tangible proof. Set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. Giving out personal information on the court. Steal his card. Steal his card. He would. Karma's had his identity stolen like 57 times. It just doesn't understand. He makes so much money that, like, he doesn't even notice when people steal all of it. There's nothing to do with the date. Nothing. Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence on a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where are we going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we could just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Very well, witness. You may continue. Alright. What's her name? Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly! What's her name? Polly! Squawk? Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of course. Yes, it does. Huh. Fascinating. You claim the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen,
We're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Here. Proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... There we go. The same thing. DL-6 case file. Commercial. Oh yeah. Oh, he got doxxed too. Yeah. Let's go to large file you have there. Which page is this proof on then? Sure, so stop wasting our time. I can't be bothered to read 3 pages of very minimal text. Don't waste our time. Point to it, or I just can't. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected? Suspect data. On the suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. I can do names and pick up file at the same time. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly? Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. You know, I should have. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix, Wright, does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. She's only 7 years old. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Sorry, sir, he ran away again. We really just don't keep eyes on people in this court, and we just kind of let them do whatever they want. Sure. I named my parrot after my wife, who was sent to the Shadow Realm. Witness, tell us your name. Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. Oh. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think, finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Yanni Yogi. So it was you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death. Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancée, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. Wow, man, the Postal Service does a really bad job of checking packages for being gun. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. To be fair, it easily could have just been Von Karma sneaking around with the package and just placing it at his house. It doesn't mean it had to have gone through the Postal Service. He could have just known where he was and just knock it up. Yeah, Chris. Your package gets stopped and it's a card game and a video game. Yep, on time early probably. Chicago always wins. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Well, that kind of wraps up that case. Just cool. On Karma, where's Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. Saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent, in this case at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case, so I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Yeah, it does. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Yay! The confetti gets me every time. That is all. This court is adjourned. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor. Object to your judgment. What do you mean? I am not innocent at all. As you have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL-6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Raise an objection? And, like, for a game on the Game Boy Advance, originally, it just cranked out some really good music for this. Like, yeah, they sharpened up the sprite work for the Steam release, but I'm pretty sure the music is unchanged, right? The music is just coming out of the, like, man, it's simple, but it gets it done. Judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. Larry, we must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. Pursuit packs. Oh, absolutely, yeah. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Can't wait to get there, then. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean, in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. Murderer. Criminal in the DL-6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL-6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Order, order. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. Also, entirely unrelated, all of the evidence for that case has vanished since yesterday. Don't ask me how I know. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. November 28th, 2:24 p.m. Sorry, Wright. I just wasted all your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I don't want to believe it myself, detective. It is the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. Believe so, Miles. Yeah, I believe so. Which means we're likely going to finish this case tonight. Unless, you know, I viper it up somehow and tangent for like 45 minutes on something. You know, like I've tangented in the past. We've tangented on so many different things before. I couldn't even like think of what we could possibly delay this game that long for. It boggles the mind how easily I can get distracted from. I mean, this is crazy, just crazy. Yeah, it's been that long since I've played it too. I think it seems like it, right? Nick, what are you doing? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. It's the same reason that all the legal things have been allowed. It's a different legal system. Like, whatever. Sorry, Edgeworth. Don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. Prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. How many belts do you think I'm wearing? I'm wearing one singular belt. Why would you tell me to tighten belts plural? I don't understand it right. Yes, 2:30. Back we are. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Right. I'm not designed by Tetsuya Nomura. Though pointless, let the defendant do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL-6 incident runs out today. Though it is unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. Let's see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? The witness state his name and profession. Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That would be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream. We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. The same claim that he made that you were defending until... Oh my god, dude. Turns on a dime. Turns on a dime. Spent 3 days. Okay, not quite 3 days. Spent all this time like, oh, he's got no memory. He's got no memory. He's got no memory. I mean, he knew the whole time. He's got no morals. Who cares? Very well. Mr. Wright. But you'd think that at some point the judge would notice. Like, we the players know, yeah, he's got no morals. He knew the whole time. But the judge might be like, man, come on. Your cross-examination, please. Throws gun. Yes, Your Honor. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. So, there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed, and no one came to help. What could you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous, but the air was getting so thick I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. Gun fired once. Yes. I think after I threw it I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. The gunshot and that horrible scream. Scream? This day. Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. It is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. I don't know what it means. Better find out quick. Is it this? Oh no. I'll do that one then. Yeah, murder weapons fired twice. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream, then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time, and the smugness on my face and that previous frame. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? We're literally having a trial about the case the file's about. So yes, I do. Yeah, Phoenix has got a lot of good lines. Oh man. Nah, Ochi. It's the Wilhelm scream. The whole time. I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page. Oh, it's a 3-page file, you bumbling oaf. Victim data. The single page we haven't talked about yet. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There's no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with this case? Should I say yes regardless? Oh. I mean, yeah. Maybe? Maybe. Yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. You have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to the incident. Just check our other stuff anyway. Gotta be the picture. Gotta be. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see the victim lying there. It's Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Your Honor, please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. It should be obvious. The contradiction is here. I see, a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired the second shot. Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL-6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary? That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. The pistol had indeed been fired 2 times. The other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. The second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of the matter, the whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Undoubtedly something else that made that very bullet-shaped bullet hole in the glass bulletproof bullet place. Yeah, I have to say, yeah. Order, I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. The murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, Mr. Von Karma says the second bullet fired was not found. It's highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. Yeah, because this was a big, high-profile case. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? Sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick! The second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjunctions are for nothing. No! But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. Sorry. Just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. There was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, it's wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, seems we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. The shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I'd like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? No, Your Honor. I actually passed out there. What? Do you have any objections? No, we do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did. No, he's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? Been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? I have an objection. Always, Your Honor. I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Nick, I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Gah, it must exist. Second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing.
second bullet must exist. Where? Someone took it. Seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. A second bullet. It existed. What? We just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. Really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us just who is this murderer. I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? Murderer had to find it. Of course there was a need. That's why they took it. What possible reason could they have had? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is... well, it would be proof. Maybe they thought the bullet would be used as proof? Proof? It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired? Oh, right. Mr. Wright, if you really thought this through, I'm going to have to penalize you. The murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I've got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. Had to take it. The murderer? What does that mean? Thinking too normal. Think crazy. Oh man, if there's... That's Phoenix Wright, right? Right? That's just Phoenix Wright. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Sorry, I'm having a stroke over here. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. To an even greater extent. But, the murderer had to take the bullet. I absolutely love it. Absolutely. Which is why it's, like, shocking to me that I never really played further in the series. Because I love this. Had to. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Well, for instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know. Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot. And they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes? I guess that's how it would work, yes. There's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. Whole case, yeah, 2 men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. Yep. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. Can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick? Just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth not to blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow!
Must have been quite a shock for Von Carter. He took a vacation for several months after that, you say. It's an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Oh, yeah, no, this is perfect insanity. What if Von Karma didn't take the vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL-6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Can I come out and say it now? Say it now! What better time? Your Honor, there's a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma. Karma. You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there. You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? As you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident, yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I have needed surgery. No, where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. No use. Edgeworth. No, Von Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what? So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. Where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Yes. This is so good. It is, mind you, since I've only really played the entirety of the first game, to me it's the biggest Phoenix Wright gotcha moment, but I'm sure there's better ones in the later games. Also, hey Mitz, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Like, I have no doubt that he has other great moments, maybe even better. But since I've only played the first game, this is like the moment. Like, yeah. Oh, it's so... Alright, Von Karma. I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. Oh man, when Phoenix gets his moments, he just... What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... So good. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There's the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. oh man, seeing him start to sweat is just the best. Real World Thunder. That was perfectly timed. I hope that picked up on the mic. I doubt it did. It wasn't that loud. As soon as that line started, Real World Thunder hit. She's staying. That was perfect. I doubt it picked up on the mic. It wasn't too loud, but oh man, I refuse. You refuse. But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside of you. Order. Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out in this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here. Okay, that one must have picked up a bit. That was louder.
I hope not, Sora. I hope not. But if power goes out, you know what? Just to be safe, we're saving real quick. Cool. There it is. Nature is here. Enough. I permit the use of the metal. Jeez. I haven't seen a flash. Mind you, I've been looking this way, but like my window's in my peripheral. That's getting actually loud. I hope things are okay. Permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. What does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. I haven't seen a flash. Beep, beep. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen. And so I remained silent. You were afraid what would happen? You'd be caught for murder? Yeah. Indeed, there's a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL-6 incident. Claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL-6. But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. Yes, you do! This is literally determines whether you murdered a man in cold blood or not. Yeah. Phoenix just takes out a scalpel and a pair of tweezers and is like, alright, you asked for this. I'll prove it. Yeah, he's always got to have a final game. It's Mr. Wright who must prove something here. Not I. Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL-6? Of course you can't. You don't have any of the DL-6 evidence. It's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? Maybe it's because this game does flashes, so like I'm seeing the flashes here and I'm not noticing. Yeah. You were close, one day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL-6 incident. And here's my final proof. Probably the one thing we got from him, you know. A knife and a lighter, let's get to this. Yeah, exactly. That's a bullet. Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL-6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. Came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with the weapon's unique pattern. Examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. When I come in and click, hell yeah. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. You could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. Very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. And we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Oh, Mr. Von Karma? Oh, he's just gonna keep going, ain't he? Damn. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. With a bullet in the shoulder, determination. Fear, I'll give Von Karma one thing. He does have that level of determination. He's also a terrible human being and a murderer, but absolutely has the determination, apparently, to pull that off. Oh, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Yeah, he's 130,000% determined. Get away from my father. Good to know he makes the same sound when he loses a case as he does when he's actually shot. It's that scream I've heard in the elevator 15 years ago. On Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma. Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me. No, it was you. You and your father are my curse. Jeez. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death! Jeez, dude. 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. Never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. Sorry, but you will have to be penalized. Covered for you in the past, but not this time. Oh, yeah, Super Weller. Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I'd ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. Pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. Some pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. I'll say Shadow Rose, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. And you know what? The worst part is, he would have gotten away with it if he didn't try to mess with stuff now. If he could have waited 3 days and not messed with anything, but he couldn't, because that wouldn't have been very perfect of him. I would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door. Judge, what are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. But he's the meddling kid. He's the one who sent the letter to Yogi. He's the one who did all this. Very well. It is actually his fault he got caught. He was going to get away with it. I mean, I'm glad he gets caught. It appears that we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. The only person you shot was Von Karma. Everyone's happier because of that. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Yes, he had his outburst, but he still went away in style. It's the one thing you can give him, determination, and he goes away in style. That is all. This court is adjourned. December 25th, 5:38 p.m., District Court. That took all day. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. Pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. Gotta say, I'm impressed. Pretty close, though. Sure we'd had it. And no, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try. Thank you.
see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You had a lot to learn, Edgeworth. Got you there. Ooh, amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. I want to see Edgeworth go, whoop. Whoop. I feel foolish. Don't worry, take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. I forgot he did. Absolutely forgot. Like, I remember the bigger picture, like, I remember the plot points of how the case went down, but little things like that I absolutely forgot about. It was so long ago when I played these cases. So long ago. Hey, y'all. Again, like, I played these on DS. Not 3DS, not 3DS XL, not, like, DS. We're going back a ways. Hey, y'all. Lotta. Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. Since yesterday. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Look, why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Keonce. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should've seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. It's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah, it's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. 38 exactly? It's always the butts. Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? 38? No. No! Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Okay. It's a Time Lord! Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. I have never been so bored that I've gone, let me go to school midway through after I've taken the day off. And he said the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. Just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know! Really, Right, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me! Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if only I had known I'd have become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. Thought I might be a criminal. Became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, want to switch, right? Hey y'all, line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go! And after that, dinner on me! Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. But they didn't let... Why? Why? We proved twice he was innocent of 2 separate crimes. We just owned that case and keep him locked up. December 29th, the day after. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Huh? What's this? A letter. Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. Couldn't say it to your face, so I left you this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Prosecutor would be extremely depressing game, but absolutely left field hilarious. Yeah, or somehow both? Goodbye? What time is it? The first trains for the mountains have already left to the station. I guess I'm too late. Hey, Nick? Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah, it's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? But wait! What? Never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Maya's voice. You heard my sister? Yes. Or Mia's voice. Only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. The only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. You're the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. So tempting to show the attorney's badge. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL-6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. You were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Oh, there you go. Very nice. Yeah, so we're going to start the other case tonight. We'll probably... Wow, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoop, Detective Gumshoe. Then he hung his head low and went right back outside.
Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Yeah, I don't think I've done that case, so it's going to be new to me. That case will be new to me. Then I'll probably have some recollections. Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him. Who, me? I've been working like as a cheese shop. But Missy's a nice lady. She's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now. Oh, poor Larry. Poor Larry. Is it? Well, I mean, if people want, we can skip it and go to the next game, but I see no reason not to do it if it's here. But if that's what people want, I'm down to. He's been busy lately, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. Do not skip it. Okay, cool. I'm sure he's grateful. Okay, cool. I really don't know much about it, so the plan is to start that tonight. Clearly, we're not going to finish it, obviously. We'll take a week off next week, and when we would normally do the stream, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know, I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. Next week we'll stream the movie in the Discord, and the week after we'll just keep hitting Phoenix. I don't know. Yesterday I didn't pet a dog, and then today Potts didn't pet a dog.
Phoenix, right? Oh, yes, me as understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see?
You walked right past the dog. You took a separate path to go around the dog, Potts. Nah, you pet him the second time you had a chance. The first time, you absolutely did. I don't remember what Phoenix, right? Oh, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Yeah, me and Ochi both saw it, Potts. Not that I know what DVD is. Everything these days knows. You absolutely did, yeah. You had the choice to go to him, and you took a separate path that led you around the dog. I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. Wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, Yeah, it's easy to not notice. I got a letter from Maya the other day. Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but I don't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living in anyway? Right. Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. All right? But, snuck into the studio the other day. I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Oh, what a dog. It's kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real? Now that's talent. Gonna be famous. Shinji Mikami. Oh, I always forget that he was a part of the team here too. Shinji Mikami is everywhere. Always forget about that. Oh man. The man, the myth, the legend, Shinji Mikami. He's... Oh, yeah. He's dipped his toes into a lot of great things. Like, executive producer is really just kind of like not directly involved, but still, a brand new episode has been unlocked. Alright, so we're going to start it now. We're definitely not going to be able to finish it if it's a long one, but we're going to start it now.
I vaguely think I started this case. The only thing I remember about it is you can rotate things. Like they use the 3DS like touch panel to let you rotate things. That's all I remember this case. That is the singular thing. And even that maybe I'm wrong about. 2 streams like, damn, alright. When they put in extra stuff, they put in extra stuff. Really? Damn. This case is as long as like almost the full base game? I definitely never finished it then. I definitely didn't. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. Alright, cool. Everyone is saying don't skip it, and I am down for not skipping it. Let's do this. 2 months without a single trial. Offers, but none I took. The longest one? Jeez, okay. Longest one in this title. Damn, alright, cool. We're here, we're doing it. Till the day that girl showed up. February 22nd, 10:02 a.m., right in code offices. Yeah, so anything in this case will be new to me. I don't remember any of this. Why do I come here? Why do I come to the office every day? Not like I want to work. There you are, finally. See, like, I recognize her from, like, outside stuff. Like, I recognize her as a Phoenix Wright character, but, like, I don't remember her. It's the turn into case. Jeez. My sister's trial is tomorrow. Really? Doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? Sorry, but Miss Mia Fey is no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy! Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait, you're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case. Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney. Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. Sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please. I'm out of time. But please, you have to help. It's my sister. What could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. Yeah, she's even there. Like, I recognize the character, but... Yep, I clicked the chat. That was my fault. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma. Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. But just... Is it Emma, then? I'm gonna say Emma. It's like... You could make the argument... I'm gonna say it's Emma. Scientific investigator. Big character in one of the games. Oh, cool. Okay. Like, you could make the argument for Emma, but that sounds weird, so I'm going with Emma. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator. Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? Set to be formally introduced, assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. Ooh, oh man. I'm ready to do my job at my age no less. Great, another future professional in training. So, what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow. My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So, it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. Suppose I will. Promise her I'd bring Mia Fey, but it's interesting. How would she know Mia? So, you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then? Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah. Sure can't fault her for lack of enthusiasm. Okay. Yeah, like, for me, I've got so many Phoenix Wright games. There was a tweet that was going around today, an article going around today, that apparently
Phoenix Wright has been doing fairly well in the West lately. Like they're making note that the Phoenix Wright series has been selling well in the West. So that's awesome. I don't know if that means anything, but it means they've taken enough note to make that statement. So if this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I'm doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. Looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So, they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go get Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney, and well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? I said my only family. How else could you interpret that? They died in a car accident when I was little. Apollo Justice isn't one of the ones in this collection, right? That's a separate one. I'll probably play it at some point. Whether it'll be streamed or not, we'll see. But like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, first things first. See this? It's my attorney's badge. Ah, well, never seen a real one before. First one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit. She analyzed it scientifically. There doesn't appear to be any corrosion to the sulfides. I'll give you $50 for it. Sorry, but it's not for sale. Look at that one too. All's great. Alright. 5D chess in the series. Good to know. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. God, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am. It's just your sister. No excuses. But you do not want to raise this here, Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? Hi, Alana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing. Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. You're the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Well, that's a... Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. The most uncooperative client ever. Oh boy. Sorry, what exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? Of course you are. 2 sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Something wrong, Mr. Wright? We just leave. We don't take the case. We just get out of here. No, hold on. First things first. Your badge looks new. Polish it daily. In a few years, the gold plating will flake off. Then we'll see the real you. Whatever happened to innocent small talk? Give it 3 years. Then we'll see what you've become. Please. Okay. Something you should know from the start. Which is... the suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? But wait, but the suspect is... me. Did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. It's quite specific. And it was the witness's disposition. The witness clearly saw me committing the crime. My... that was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk. Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed as it were. Well, that's just great. So who was the victim?
An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. Detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? It wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What, Mr. Wright? What does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So, you're the chief prosecutor. That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. It's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? Cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? Not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? I told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Though it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey, it was in law school. I was in my 3rd year and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. That was the best there was. Oh. Doing pretty good in school too, by the way. Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright. Excuse me. As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana! Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Mr. Wright. Yes? I believe our discussion here has ended. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. Right. Do what I can to get to the bottom of this. We're starting out strong. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes, but something doesn't fit. Look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here, and I'm going to find out what. Sorry, Mr. Wright. About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know? Just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. See, sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. Yeah, hell of a start. Better start from just bumping into gumshoe. Yeah, very much. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office, shall we? Nice gumshoe. Okay. Can we talk again? Alright, let's underground parking lot. Last trial. Yeah. I mean, he was buying stuff for everyone, even though he didn't have the money for it. And he was helping us because we were, yeah. Yeah, he wouldn't this time, given the circumstances. True. Even though we're defending a prosecutor again. February 22nd. So this is the lot where it all happened. Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everybody, keep up the good work! Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my coworkers in 3 years from now after all. Yeah, well, no harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know, attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. Try not to stand out too much here, see? Hey there. You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? Oh. What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall? Of course his name is Mr. Marshall. Marshall looks more like a sheriff to me. His animation, him just shaving with a giant knife. Man. Yeah, and I can't stress this enough. Aw. Yeah, Grim, exactly. Look at that animation, though. Like, I've seen videos about it, but it is so accurate that, like, the Phoenix Wright team is a masterclass of capturing a character's entire personality in, like, what's that, 3 frames? 3 frames, right? 3 frames and a blink. You know everything you need to know about this guy right now. You know everything. It's so good. Looky here, Bambina. I know how you feel, but this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a motherload of evidence. You're fixing to mess with what's ours. You'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You wanna? What's this guy talking about? You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Music fades away with him. Was that a hombre, a friend of yours? Kinda, sorta, yeah, he's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Ooh. This is where the cars leave the lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Oh, maybe it's both? Kind of dual purpose? Ah, the theory of relativity! What, gotta write this down. Ah, hey, Mr. Wright! Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German, or was he British? Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? Pretty sure that was not his name. It's fine, though. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer. Wait! What are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? Just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Ooh. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How's that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. Wallet hastily stuffed into pocket. I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this. Okay, now, look at the court record. Oh, yep, this is the... Yep, you can look at stuff. I remember this. This is the singular thing I remember. It's just, you can rotate things. That's it. That's it. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now, let's start re-examining from every angle. Makes me think, straight up, it just makes me think Resident Evil. Oh, look, I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out with a press of enter. I'm using a controller. Using a controller. Dusting with the stylus. They had to blow the mic. Oh, man. Yeah. Had to do it somehow. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. Seems like a good fellow to me. ID number 5842189. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess, but I don't see what science has to do with it. Have you ever opened a wallet before in this game, Phoenix? No, you haven't. Shut up! Goodman's ID added to the court record. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. Guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Name and ID number in here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number. Wonder why there's only used numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID. Yabba Dab. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabba-dab. Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point. Teehee. Doesn't take much to amuse her. And I guess nothing of relevance on the back. Alright, cool. And now he questions anything. Yeah, yeah. Huh? Once you've called a parrot to the stand, like, it does something to a person. It changes them. Look, a door! This must mean something. Sure that doors mean anything? No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. Be able to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Ah, a ladder! That's a step ladder? What's the difference? In scientific terms, please? Scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. It all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Here, a phone! Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. Can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What is she blabbling about? Hey, what did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Such a clear letter. Any stuff on it? Ah, see, yeah, huh? See? This wall is in our way. It's got a faucet for water. Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank. Be able to see how it makes any difference either way. Oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water. It's heavy. I can't even budge it. Drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. Ah. Might be important. Well, no time to waste. Let's go hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. Sure. Like I said before, this here's our claim. You best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who wants that car? Well, well, the little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, eh? Please. No problem, partner. About time for vittles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the precinct's office. You might just find you a cerveza you like. Inspector's office. Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note yourself. Look up Vittles Saloon Cerveza. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like. Just keep your paws off our claim. Right, great. Great, maybe there's some clues around here, Miss Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me. Are you two all set? Us? Oh. Why does she have onigiri on her hat? Damn it, now I want onigiri. What's this? She couldn't be. You're selling lunches. Here? This is a crime scene. Hello. Half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone, even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. The what? Cough up? Huh? You know, feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I like the little label in the corner of the meal that just said, fresh. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? Witness clearly saw me committing the crime. Except that, see, the fact that I don't remember her is how I know that I didn't play through this episode. Like, I remember Emma, but, like, she's in other media and stuff. Whereas it seems like Onigiri Gal is probably just here, and I don't remember her at all. You mean, you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough up, Queen. Tell us what happened. The name's Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. But before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. He hopes she means it. Hydrate? Oh, that's a really good idea, actually. I haven't even finished my tea, and it's like a half hour left, so that's a very good call. I am. And I don't have any honey in the tea, it's just tea, but yeah. Very good decision. Excuse me. Alright. Well, as always, a defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickle Supreme Lunchbox? Is that just... That's just a bed of rice with pickles on top? Like, I like rice and I like pickles, but... generally separately. Not against it. You don't even know. I don't know, because that really rings heavily of Grim to me. Simple snack, yeah. Wow, it's really crunchy. A box of pickles. Kind of a sad lunch if you... No, Phoenix, no. Pickles are delicious. Don't knock the pickles. You got the rice to fill you up, and you got the pickles for taste. Not this card. Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card, it's an ID card. It belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady. Why? I'm just noticing that her necklace is one of those hot dogs that they cut to look like squids or octopus. Not a fan of pickles? Fair. Do you know what that means? That means nobody's going to be messing with my pickles. Well, yeah, the hat's clearly the onigiri. Like, I got that one. The taste buds, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know if I can have pickles as just the whole lunch, but, like, that's why you got the rice there. And I always put soy sauce on rice, which is a salty, like, condiment. So, it sounds like rice and pickles might work, Ark. I don't know. I've never had a lunch of just rice and pickles, but on paper, it sounds like it could work. It's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective. What? Do any other parts of her outfit food? True. Depends on the pickles. I like most pickles I've had, but I do tend to lean towards the sweeter side, like the bread and butter. Those are always going to be my favorites. Like, dill and bread and butter are my go-tos, but... like, my first instinct was, but the more I think about it, like, I usually have salty things with rice, so, like, it might work. But yeah, it's all speculative. Just rice and pickles leave you feeling something... yeah. That seems reasonable, too. Like, I'd expect some sort of, like, protein or something else there. But I've also had just onigiri with just, like, you know, not, like, usually got just something salty inside. I don't know. Man, I need to make another city trip so I can go to Kinokuniya and get onigiri. Good stuff. Apparently there's a new store in Stamford that sells the same brand of onigiri. But if I'm already going to take a bus ride to Stamford, why don't I just take the train to New York and just enjoy New York? I don't know if I can do plain rice. I could, push comes to shove, but I prefer it with something, some sort of sauce, soy sauce. I've had it with like weirder things, like I've had it with like a bit of barbecue sauce, like it's something. Or my preferred method of letting it sit for a day in the refrigerator and then frying it. That's my go-to, personally. Even mediocrely home-fried rice is still great. Character very well in the strong line up your least favorite NPC in the series. Jeez. Go up with rice, that's reasonable too. And I like rice, but I tend to just not often have just plain rice. It's usually with something. Rice with curry, rice with veggies, rice stir-fried, stuff like that. Rice with milk and cinnamon. I like all three of those things. I don't know if I've ever had them all together, but on May 7th, how's it going? Welcome to Viper in the chat. Though I did, just recently, yesterday, had food from the halal place again. Oh, man. Sometimes I forget that it's right next to me and is that good. The white sauce they have there, I know I'm tangenting, but we're talking about food, and just now I'm hungry. Man, just chicken over their rice with the whatever white sauce they got, it's some sort of yogurt-based white sauce. I don't know exactly what's in it. Oh my god. Yeah, I know, Pots. But you know what? We finished the main case, so I'm allowing it for myself. If we were still working on the main case and not done with it, I wouldn't tangent. Yeah, so something about when that hits the rice, it's something magical happens. It's perfection. I need to go down there more often. Now that it's summer, I probably will. It's only a little ways away. But I don't always feel like I'm being mocked. You are, Phoenix. It's okay. Let's talk to her. Somehow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny? Is yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. The evil ones? Yeah, fried egg on a burger. Like, I've had burgers with, like, fried eggs and, like, onion rings and barbecue sauce. Tasty. Very tasty. I have to agree. But egg in general is just a good thing. Just in general. I am a egg fan, but I'm picky. I like runny yolks. It's just me. I don't do runny yolks. So, like, I love omelets. I love scrambled eggs. I love fried eggs, but for me, I can't do runny yolks. Lots of people can, and awesome. Hell yeah, live your best life. That's honestly the reason I always eat the eggs out of a ramen thing first, to get it out of the way, because it's like I don't want to leave it. But it's not quite runny, but it toes that line. Egg spinny, yep, lots of people love that. Awesome. Hell yeah. Something I'm not going to compete with anyone for. Cool. Yeah, I would argue most people like the runny yolks, and there's clearly a reason for that. Just it's not for me. Fully fried egg or scrambled. Yep. Also a big omelet fan. Man, I loves me some omelets. Oh man, a good like ham and Swiss omelet. There's tons of other types too, but like egg, ham, Swiss. I'm happy. I'm happy. Scrambled is hard to go wrong with. It is very hard to go wrong with scrambled eggs. It really is. They're a little mostly mixed in fried rice. See, I could see that. If it was mixed into something, it probably wouldn't bother me. But it just sitting there like a runny yolk, I can't do it. No. Denver omelet's top tier. Yeah. Which one's the Denver omelet? Like, oh, is that like a specific type, or are you just talking about omelets from there? The evil ones? Prosecutors, they have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. Wow, we playing Danganronpa now. Ham and green chili. Oh, okay. I don't think I've had one. I don't think I've had that, but I like ham. I'm okay to green chili, so I'd probably have to try that. Coffee cup, well, it's fast, yeah. We have IHOPs around here, but I don't frequent them, so just a meat-focused omelet. Alright, cool. I'm a big fan of the meat in the omelet, but also gotta have the cheese. That's why it's like good ham and cheese is the perfect for me. But like sausage, also an omelet, also great. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. Cheese is important, yes. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday. Which kind of cheese? See? I know that several people in this chat, specifically Pots, will disagree with this. Soar too, yep. Man, ham and American cheese omelet, I'm fine with it. I really dig it. And I know a lot of people disagree, and cool. I understand, but honestly, my go-to would be ham and American cheese. My very close second would be ham and Swiss. Ham and Swiss is fantastic. American is designed to melt. Yeah. It's you know. I have not had feta cheese. I've sold it, but I've never eaten it. Omelet with American cheese. Do you prefer cheddar? Okay, fair. Yeah. Get it from the deli. Say, hey, I know my deli cheeses, okay? I worked at a deli for 5 years. I know the good American cheeses. I can assure you that. Of that I can assure you. I know the better American cheeses. Yeah, Mexican blend is a good... Whenever I buy shredded cheese and I don't know exactly what I'm going to use it for, I buy the Mexican blend. Because it's just kind of good on anything. Like, there might be things that have a little bit of a better... Either that or cheddar. Like, I am a sucker for just a cheddar. Yeah, pepper cheese would go along with too. True, yeah. Growing up, I wasn't a big fan of pepper jack, but I've only recently started to handle spice to a degree. Not a good degree, but a little bit. So, you know, I haven't considered cream cheese on an omelet. But cream cheese is just a great cheese, so I will accept that that is probably good, though I haven't tried it. Man, somehow all of our food discussions end up at cheese, and I am not upset. I hadn't thought of cream cheese in an omelet. Like, on paper it doesn't sound bad, but I just can't quite... I hadn't considered that before. But whenever I go to like a diner or whatever, it's whatever they put on it. If I order a ham and cheese and it comes out with ham and cheese, I'm happy. Oh, see, I'm not as bad as one of my exes, who couldn't even do, like, black pepper. Like, that was too spicy for her. I wasn't that bad. But... I got the recipe. Okay. In hindsight. Yeah, black pepper was too spicy. I've never been that bad, but... the pepper's hatred for mayonnaise. Fair. And... I'm not going to try to change your mind, because if it's like my hatred of mayonnaise, then I understand that that is impossible. Though, like, I like sauces sometimes that, like, I like Big Mac special sauce. Well known that that's just ketchup, mayo, relish. It's a well-known fact. Well-documented fact, that's what it is. But it's like mayo on its own, I can't do it, so I understand. No, not fighting on it, just, like, even something seasoned with pepper. It's... I've warmed up to more spicy things. I really didn't have much growing up, but like now I'll put like red pepper flakes on pasta, you know. I know, it's something that people are like, but like extremely spicy stuff, not for me. But like your average, like, oh, that's a little spicy. I'm better at now. Well, spicy. Ah, yeah. Your tongue is resistant. The rest of your body is not. Yeah. Thankfully, since my tongue is not resistant, I don't have that problem. I guess the other problem would be if you were cooking for someone else and you're super resistant and they're not, you might make what to you is a normal level spicy dish and kill a person. See, I always have to order Thai food super mild, but I love Thai food. I love, like, I haven't branched out too much. I love curry, because I love the Japanese style curry, but I also love the Thai style curry. Very different curries, both delicious. I love pad Thai, and I love Thai fried rice. Like, I like fried rice, but I could and have eaten entire meals of just Thai fried rice. 100%. In fact, that's when I order from the Thai place around here, I always order 2 meals, because if I'm ordering takeout, I always order 2, so I can have one the next day. One of them is Thai fried rice, and the second one is usually curry. Always disappointed. Cheese. No, we don't, Soar. No. And, you know, if any of the places I was talking about were open here, I know you're
That was your West Coast, I want to say. You've got an extra time. It's about midnight my time. None of these places are open for me. I have a mile from you. There's nothing like that near me, so I cannot indulge in this. And I've got just bread and peanut butter and jelly. So if I'm gonna snack after stream, it's gonna be a peanut butter jelly. See your pots. We tangented so hard, it made Potts leave to get food. It's hot, also when it's not. Okay. See, I'm white boy spicy, and I understand that because it's me. It is me. So I understand. No Potts. Potts, we did this. We did this. Also, enjoy. And know that since I cannot have any of the stuff I'm talking about right now, because all I have to eat after stream is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, know that I'm envious. If that helps any, know that I'm envious. Collectively, we live in a society that tangents about food for like a half hour. Because that's what we do. Because by the time it's midnight, we are all just hungry people. Oh, man. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something wow. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this evil? But yeah, we can blame the lunch lady. You're right. The dummy lunch mommy. Alright, that's the end of the stream right there. I can't continue after that one. That's it. That's it. Mm-hmm. Yep, no. I'm not even joking. We're shutting it down. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Viper S for Viperland. We've talked about a lot of food. We've solved a lot of cases. And we're ending the stream right here because I had to say a thing. Got ourselves a monster, a quote, a Discord, and yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Next week we will not be playing this because we'll be watching it. This has been Viper S for Viperland. See you all next time.
Dummy lunch mommy UWU.